Did you good? I'm glad he froze. I am so glad he froze. I can't believe he's playing that.
All right, we'll stop it there.
You're frozen.
I am?
Yep.
Yep. And why in the world? I'm glad you're frozen. There you go.
There you
Why
go.
in the world would you play that song?
Because we're going to get him in game 2. You wait.
Do you not understand how miserable I've been all day?
We're going to get him. Game 2's coming up. We're going to get him. It's a best of 3, right?
Why? I'm telling you something. Listen, I'm going to listen. I am booting every Chiefs fan from this page.
Listen, I'm blaming the refs.
Oh, I'm not blaming anybody but KC because they were better than the Eagles and they put them in their place.
Listen.
Now watch. Okay, watch this. I'm going to show you something really, really interesting. Mr. Giants fan himself, Mr. Ron DeGhetto. Ron, did you enjoy the game yesterday?
You know, I really want the Eagles to win, but I did enjoy the game.
Yeah, and
I wonder why you enjoyed the game so much.
Oh no, yeah. Can you tell us why you enjoyed it?
Well, I'll just put it to you this way. Years ago, if you guys remember when the Giants were in the Super Bowl, I can't remember who they were playing. I had tremendous numbers in a pool. I think I had 7-4 or 1-7, something like that. First play of the game. Right? Giants received the ball. They're on the 5-yard line. They tackled them way back. The kick, boom. Manning goes back into the end zone. Pow, gets hit. And my numbers went out the window. It was now 2-0. At that point, I don't care who wins anymore. It doesn't matter. My team, anybody's team. I'm only concerned about the numbers in a pool. Okay? And I got the shootiest numbers.
The shootiest numbers.
That you could imagine in the pool. And I was in a very big pool. We're not going to get into the dollar amount or anything like that. But I was in a very big pool.
You know that's a baby pool, right? Those numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my stinking numbers were 8-5.
Yeah, and who do you have to thank for that? Who do you have to thank for that?
I would have to thank the Eagles for that.
Okay.
Best part about it is, if the Eagles got the ball and kicked the field goal, you still had the numbers.
Well, that's true.
No, it goes by team. It's not the two numbers.
Yeah, right. It would have been
somebody had
it
inverted.
I thought it was just the numbers.
So here I am driving home, all miserable. I'm punching my wife in the eye because she's giving me a bunch of crap, and the Eagles lost, and I'm pissed off. Ronnie calls me all happy as all hell. I won a pool. I won X amount of dollars in a pool because he hit the final two numbers, which pays a lot more than the rest, I'll bet. And I got to hear how he won a lot of money and the Eagles lost.
Well, I should say I called Steve. He answered the phone and he said, "What are you doing? Calling me to break my balls?"
Oh yeah,
that's
I thought
the first thing out of his mouth.
Yeah, then it really changed to I really am breaking your balls.
Gotta love those Eagles, baby. Listen.
Well, like I said, to me, I mean, I would have liked to see the Eagles win.
That's what pissed me off the most was I had you rooting for the Eagles and they lost.
That's why they lost.
You know, the funny thing was I was actually thinking of putting a bet on the Eagles.
Like, as long as you bet, you could have got it. Maybe if you got a couple points, you would have won still.
Yeah.
So I actually have this other problem. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
Oh.
And I said to my wife, I go, are we buying each other cards? Innocent enough question, right? We buying each other cards. And then she proceeded to give me a little bit of crap. Like, I bought your card 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, so? Just a card. Now, mind you, there was one Valentine's Day. This is a true story. I got a little bit of trouble on Valentine's Day, and I don't know if I should tell you the result. All right, so here's the result. I got up or whatever. I left her the card, and then I came back, and it was on the table, all cut up, like into small pieces, and the scissors were laying next to it. Now, this is my question. I got in trouble because I asked her daughter to go get me the Valentine's Day card. And there goes Ronnie. And she found out. Where does it say that I have to go buy the Valentine's Day card?
Listen, I've made it very clear that it's a fake holiday. I still participate because I must. I get it. All I know is this. Ronnie's on the wrong camera again.
Yeah, I got to switch it around.
All I know is this.
It's nice.
That this one over here is walking around with this shit-eating grin on her face.
Oh, Rico?
Something. Huh?
Who are you talking about?
So she's walking around with like this little grin on her face, so I know she's up to something.
See, I take care of my wife all year long. Why does it have to be one day? And why do I have to buy the damn card?
I'll just have you know, I bought my card 2 days ago, and I left it in my car so she wouldn't find it.
I know.
So.
I forgot to stop today. Listen, I don't know. I had a long day, I guess. I was on the way home, and I had to go pee-pee. I had to make it home. I didn't stop. Now, tomorrow, I
don't understand that entire concept of not stopping to go. I really.
You just go in your pants?
No, I just stop everywhere.
I forgot. So now I have the lovely privilege of serving my community tomorrow, and I have to go for friggin' jury duty for the next 4 days. It's like I'm just like so.
I still say, if it was criminal court, you'd have a chance of getting out of it, but it's civil, so you got no chance at all.
Yeah, well, they ain't gonna like me there either.
Let's talk about what we had for eats for the game.
Oh, I had all the favorites. Okay. I went out and bought a 3-pound.
You're disgusting.
Buffalo chicken salad. I had farfalle salad. I had some nice cured olives, some garlic olives. I had some sharp provolone. I had all the South Philly favorites. I didn't quite eat enough liverwurst. That's why they lost.
All I got to say is, in lieu of Frank's favorite food, I actually went shopping before the game. And I went over to our local shop, right? And I said, let me get some liverwurst and give it a shot.
You did not. Did you really?
Kid, your wife likes it.
What is that? We can't say it.
It's an empty tray where the liverwurst used to be.
Oh, you're ew.
See, it says liverwurst. There's nothing there.
Ew.
They sold out of liverwurst.
That's right.
It's a
real thing.
Popular. Next to buffalo wings, liverwurst is the next biggest.
Maybe they didn't have any to sell.
I don't know. They had on the shelf and said liverwurst.
I went over to Publix and they had a rack full of those 3-pound chunks, baby.
I went over my sister-in-law and brother-in-law's, and we had there was a nice little spread. There was only if we were the only ones there. There was no one, just a small amount of us, and they had all this food. And I had a nice chicken cutlet,
nice,
a meatball sandwich. There was bruschetta.
My man puts out a spread. He does, man.
Yeah, we had nice. Yeah, so it was nice. We had a nice time. My wife got on my nerves. She's telling me to quiet down. Jalen Hurts fumbles the ball, and they score a touchdown, and she's like, "Oh, you need to be quiet. Oh, you need to shut the."
I had all my exterior lights set on green, so my whole house was lit up in green. The first thing I did this morning was go out and change the color.
Yeah, to black.
I made it red, white, and blue. I was going to make it all red for Valentine's Day. Like,
there you go.
Oh, speaking of red, how about Rihanna? That was the highlight of the game.
Listen, I may not necessarily be into the whole urban music thing. May not be my gig. However, I have seen shows in the past where the music was not what I was into, but the show was awesome.
Right.
That was the lamest freaking show I have ever seen in halftime.
Well, you know why? She was preggo.
I was going to say she couldn't jump around too much.
Yeah, she couldn't dance around.
You know what? We do things with lights now that are really cool. They did.
Yeah, but I don't think that.
And the 10,000 Michelin men that were dancing around on the floor didn't really flip my boat either. It was just a very quietly dull.
And
that was the other thing. They usually have other singers help or come in. There was no other. It was just her.
They had that country dude play "God Bless America." No. I was actually into that for a minute.
Yeah, I'm talking about at halftime though. Usually Snoop Dogg pops out, and Eminem, and Cher, and Bette Midler, and all the other fine singers.
The commercials pretty much sucked.
The commercials sucked too, didn't they?
Dude,
oh my god!
I figured. As bad as the halftime show was, at least I'm going to get a good laugh at the freaking commercial.
Wrong.
Wow.
What?
Dude, I switched over to the Puppy Bowl.
You know what we were asking? Whatever happened to the Anheuser-Busch commercials?
Yeah, that was the topic of conversation. Anheuser-Busch had nothing in there tonight.
Nothing.
They had Busch beer.
And
did they? I didn't even see that.
Yeah, they had a Busch beer commercial.
You know what?
Lame. Which was lame.
Oh, that field goal kick by Rob Gronkowski?
Yeah, right.
Listen,
that was dumb. It was filmed.
I could have freaking.
I think Gronkowski just came and kicked Ronnie off the show.
Yeah, Gronkowski's like, "Oh yeah, we hit this button and kick Ronnie off."
What?
Yeah, I was thoroughly disappointed with all the accoutrement of the friggin' show.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, same. Nothing.
And then outside in this complex, like every trailer had like 15 cars. I was like, well, you know what? At least they're all gonna be partying. It'll be a fun. The park will be fun. Dude, I could. It was like sleeping in a cocoon. I think they had a big Super Bowl party and everybody went to sleep.
Who had a Super Bowl party?
A bunch of people. There were cars all over the park last night. I guess people were having get-togethers, but you could have heard a pin.
How many invitations did you get?
Well,
yeah. See.
First of all, just the fact that I was pretty much the only Eagles fan in this park. I did meet one guy at Publix yesterday, big dude. I thought he played for the Eagles, big Eagles jersey, and I was like, "Yeah, go Philly!" And we fist bumped, and I was pretty much the only Eagles fan I met here. I got people telling me they were rooting for Tampa.
That's because they're so old. They think Tampa's still in the playoffs.
I just love that quarterback.
We saw a hat we wanted to get for Steve, but we didn't get it in time, or not that we didn't even order, but we didn't, were able to order before the event. And it was an eagle, and it had wings that flapped.
Yeah, we've seen them. Yeah.
You see them. Their Eagle Man has them in the stadium every year. Right. They're cool. I used to have one too, so I broke the Eagle's wings broke.
Well, all right. So, does anybody still metal detect?
Too cold.
I got to tell you something. I got a message from someone who I appreciate on this page, number one. So that's why I will address this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. For
no, definitely not you. So they wanted me to mention that. How do I put it? There was a post.
I'm awesome. Is that the word you're searching for?
There was a post out there that we have an area around here, a battlefield, Red Bank Battlefield, and it's a federal marshal or whatever. It's a battlefield. It's historical, labeled as a historical place. And somebody got caught metal detecting on there. And and we haven't we don't really address newbies in the hobby much more in on this show. There was a time we always did some ethics and morals and brought talked about the stuff that's pertinent to the new detectorists out there. And the first rule is have permission where you're detecting.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. We can preach that all day long, and damn well the Nighthawks are not listening to us.
I don't know if this was necessarily a Nighthawk or someone that was new to the hobby going.
Well, that's the thing. We've got to remember they expanded that area, and at one time there were portions of that area you could go detect on. People would detect on all the time.
Right, but they walked right on to the. You got to know where you're. That's the whole thing that cracks me up. Whenever there's times when I talk to people about metal detecting, like, oh man, yeah, you should go to Gettysburg metal detect. I'll bet you'll find something there. And I'm just like, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. I should just do that.
Take your junk detector so when they seize it, you don't cry.
Seize it? Yeah. Take my butt plug because when they seize it, I'm going to jail.
And your car.
So
shitty car.
First off, if you're new to metal detecting, please have permission where you're at. It's how they say possession is 9/10 of the law. You just can't say, "Oh, I didn't know."
And the other 4/10 is when you're in jail.
You're right. So, first off, as a newbie, and then I read an article, a Facebook page about a guy getting a permission somewhere. And when he asked the gentleman for permission, the gentleman said, "Yeah, you know what? I let people detect this before. They left my yard a mess." No matter where you are, if you're on a permission, if you're on public property, if you're on the beach, wherever you are, you have to cover your holes. Fill in your holes, especially in a park, because it's covered with grass. Somebody hits that, they're going to break an ankle.
The other thing is, guys, if you are smart enough to go ask permission, I tell this every time this topic comes up, don't go to the door in your fatigues, packing your heat, gigantic shovels and pickaxes, and say, "Can I dig in your yard?"
With your battle gear.
Pretty much going to be pick a day. Go in a nice polo. Maybe a little.
Be like that professional wrestler when he used to do it.
Right. I'd like to take my 4-year-old out to metal detect a little bit.
Also, okay, this topic comes up left and right. If you want to do it, that's on you. I don't, but you should really, really consider not detecting in a graveyard, cemetery, graveyard, whatever you want to call it. Mausoleum. What else? Church.
I tell the story where I was getting paid to run radar in a very old cemetery. Ancestors of William Penn were buried there, and ancestor and relatives of Benjamin Franklin were buried there. And I was doing radar work, and they told me, they said, we have a new like a museum wall, and they want to know, could you metal detect around and find stuff maybe we could put on the wall? And I was like, no, I can't. They're like, why? I said, because I don't detect in cemeteries. And they laughed at me. I'll tell you straight up, this was a Quaker church. And I was like, our membership, our parishioners don't believe in that. I said, not a chance. I'll get struck by lightning.
Not what they believe in. Right.
They brought me into the church on a Sunday morning with a beautiful breakfast, by the way. Thank you very much for that. In front of the parishioners, and had the parishioners tell me, we want you to do that. And it was nice because I actually found some stuff for their wall. I kept nothing. Nothing. I found a
I
real,
wouldn't either. Yeah.
and I kept nothing. I gave it all to them. I found a iron skull and crossbone, and they loved that. But I begged. I had to have the church literally put me in front of the parishioners and tell me that it was okay to do it.
Yeah, I'd have no interest in that. I mean, even when you're on, even some, you got to know the laws of the property that belongs to the township or counties.
Yeah.
Because in the county I live, you can detect in any of the county parks. However, the county near me, next to us, you're not allowed, and they have strict laws against it. And I was headed out to that county one day. I'm like, oh, I looked on this map. I saw this was old swimming hole. I'm going to go detect there. And I happened to be talking to someone on the phone. They're like, you ain't allowed to detect anywhere in that county.
And some of those areas around your county, they love to detect.
Right. So I actually called that park, and they go, "Nah, you're not allowed. You're gonna get in trouble." So, and it is your responsibility.
Yeah, it's your responsibility under the law.
And we do hear stories, and people badmouth the cops because, oh yeah, the cops come and throw me off, and they can't do it. They know, everyone wants to be able to tell the cop. Oh, I told the cop he is wrong, and
I know exactly who you're talking about.
So, yeah, that's one of them. So you're gonna get in trouble. And
what's that new thing? I'm sovereign. I'm a sovereign state or something. I forget.
What else we got? Go your hole.
All right, so here we go. So we have been talking about it forever. You guys have seen me hitting about it on the page, the new Ugly Box, and we're gonna delve into a little bit so not everybody gets all upset. No, we didn't really change a lot. So if you bought an Ugly Box in the past 6 months or so, you'll see that we no longer have the Thunder and Thrasher. We have the Lightning, and the Lightning is now 30,000 pulses per minute. It's slowly going to be graduating up to 34,000 pulses per minute. The parts aren't readily available for that yet. But the Ugly Box pretty much looks like it's always looked. And it's the new Lightning sticker. But the big change with the Ugly Box, guys, and again, when we change something, we try to change it so it makes it better. So it works better, it performs better, whatever. So honestly, if we look back at all the changes we made, the Thunder and Thrasher was a big one. The rheostatic voltage control was a big one. This is a very, very simple one, and I think it's going to go down as a big one. So the biggest complaint, probably the number one complaint that we get, especially people that are just starting off in this, is the burned out wires. And I can tell you right now, I've gotten 25 Ugly Boxes back because they don't work anymore. And the only thing wrong with them was they burned out their wire. We tell you in the instructions, you got to change the wires. The wire on the catalyst side is going to burn out. So I had built a few commercial units for people. And the idea was that these things are going to be powered up a lot with more power than this unit has, and for hours and hours and hours on end.
What do you mean more power?
So when I build a commercial unit, in order to flood the entire unit with equal voltage, we'll go as high as 24 volts. When it impacts down the line, it's only hitting at about 12 or 9.
How many watts is that? Because I'm going to hold you to this. That you said there's more power coming out of the coil.
What we can, depending on how big the tank is, up to 3 watts. I mean, up to 3 volt. What am I talking about? Up to 3 amps.
The funny thing is, you really humor me.
Yeah.
Most people would have just been like,
there's more voltage, there's more amps, but it has to saturate a large area. And there's a lot more metal in the commercial units, which suck up some of the voltage. So we have to power it higher to get what we get with the Ugly Box. That being said, the new edition in every Ugly Box coming out now will have one in it. And I just talked to Ronnie. those who have recently bought an Ugly Box and you don't have one, we're going to make these available at a very reasonable price, so you can add it to your collection. But this little guy right here is the end of burning out your cathode wires. So this is pretty much version 3 of the Carbon Gator. We made it smaller so it doesn't suck up as much voltage, and I'll show you how we use it. So you take your little carbon, you put it in the clip like that, and then you slide it over the edge of your tank. Now the cool thing about this is the carbons that are coming with them are going to be a little bit bigger now, so you can actually slide it up and down the carbon, so you can raise it as higher away from the water, and then you take your little alligator clip that comes with it, and you hook it. You hook it right to there and slide it over your tank. And that's it, guys.
I don't give you enough credit. You really are a freaking genius.
And the one that I'm using now, the very first one of this design I'm using now, there's probably 20 hours on it.
Hey,
25 hours on it. There's not a mark. Like I said, the only thing I ask you personally to do is when you're done, rinse it underwater, pat it dry, and you'll never, or for a very, very, very long time, you'll never burn through another one of these.
Throw 2 of them in my box.
I thought I already sent you a couple.
I don't have it. No, I don't have any. You also thought you sent me a box that has a timer on it. And I'm going to go on the.
No, I built the box based on your need for a timer, but I never sent you one. But that's it. That's in every new Ugly Box, guys. This should eliminate a lot of problems, guys, going through. I mean, I got Barb Connell who tells me she's buying the alligator wires in like bulk now. If you use the machine a lot, you go through the.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with people. They burn up real quick.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to put it in the water, but a lot of times it falls in or whatever, and they fry up real quick.
They do, and guys, I try to tell guys tell me all the time. Oh, I just bought $25 set of nickel-plated alligator clips. They're gonna last forever. Here's the thing you got to remember, guys. When your alligator clip is in the water, it breaks down at a molecular level. It has nothing to do with the salt water hitting it and frying. Molecular. It breaks down at a molecular level. It's that side of the catalytic circuit pushing the elements of anything metal out. And it doesn't matter if you spend $100 on them. They're going to break down pretty much just as fast. This was a real simple design. This was based on the ones that I built for the commercial units. And so far, at 20, 25, 30 hours, whatever I got on the one that I'm using, I've got nothing. The wire's perfect.
That's much needed.
Yeah. So
much needed.
And again, if you need one, don't have one, hit me up. Ronnie will have them. We're building them, and we're going to come up with a price that's reasonable, because I know, when we change stuff, and this is not rocket science. This was pretty easy to come up with, and it's going to save you a ton of money.
I put your intellect in the same category as a rocket scientist.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think so too.
Yeah.
The next one. So while Ronnie's not here, you want to hear my next invention? Oh wait, Ronnie's here. So the next invention. And this is they say necessity is the mother of invention. So if you know what electromagnetic fields do around pipes, in my place here, I have a hard water. I have hard water that's so bad it literally makes me break out.
Let me guess. The Ugly Box water filter?
No, it is it's going to be an ugly. It's not for sale. I'm building one for me, but they work. It's an Ugly Box electromagnetic descaler. And what it does is you just put a battery in it, plug it in, whatever. You wrap the wires around and you plug it in, and it descales the water. The problem is that the ones that are out there, wrap the wires around a copper pipe, and they're like, oh, it's going to create an electromagnetic field. It's going to work. They don't work because you can't create an electromagnetic field around copper. You can't create an electromagnet out of copper.
All right, hold on. Stop. Well, first off, what does descaling water mean?
It takes the harsh minerals that makes the water hard and it elongates them so that they pass through the surface. You don't get that scaly buildup. The scaly buildup breaks down and creates these minerals, which makes the water hard. That's why you get the stains in the bottom of your toilet. That's not why you get the stains in your body. That's a whole different purpose there. But
What's a different stain?
it's a different stain completely.
Yeah.
And it just softens the water. It makes the water softer, so it's not as the minerals aren't reacting.
And where? All right, so you're gonna wrap this wire around your pipe.
You wrap so it's not an ugly box, guys. It's going to be similar. You have one wire that comes out this side, one wire that comes out this side. They wrap around your pipe both directions, real tight. Then they come back in and they plug together. And then you turn it on and you forget about it. And it softens the water. So you'll hear more about this later. I'll either soften the water or I'll
what happens to all the minerals and stuff in the water?
Yeah, there's a period of time where they will have to come out of the pipe. So yeah, so your first week or so using this thing, you're going to have to allow for that to clear out, and eventually it will actually start to clear out.
What about the pipes? Up in your pipe. What about the pipes I would see that got so much shit growing inside them that the hole is like real tiny?
If it's ridiculous, remember you're dealing with low voltage, so if it's ridiculously bad. No, not that it won't work. It'll take a long time to work.
But that's what you're talking about, right? That kind of stuff?
Yeah. So down here, like the water system, the hot water heater and stuff in here is relatively new. But
I'm talking about the water service, the lines coming in from the street.
That's the problem. The water service, the water in this area is harshly hard. Okay. Literally, it makes you break out.
I'm talking about the pipes that come in from the street.
Well, and that's where the hard water is coming from.
Because I've seen those things. They're so packed that you can't. I don't even know how water was getting through. And is that the stuff you're talking about?
Yeah, that stuff is getting thing, and it's affecting your pipes, and it's ultimately coming through and affecting your skin, and you can't suds up real good in the shower. What this does is it softens the water that's coming through your pipe. So it's still going to be hard coming in, but it softens the water coming through your pipe.
Okay, all right. So it's not affecting the pipes in the street.
No.
Right. Okay.
And these are small, so there's only going to be one unit. I'm going to build one for one shower, one for the other shower.
And you think this is going to work?
I know. I listen. Research is research, brother. The ones that are out there now that you use the salt and everything with. Because I need a water softening system. I have to have it. And then I went in and I started researching. Like the water softeners with the salt are great, except it's long term they're bad for you because you can't take in a salt treated water for that long.
John Porcella says his is really hard.
Well, good. Maybe I'll make one job for you to test.
Oh, I think he means the water.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
This won't help with the other problem. That's the little blue pill you take. So we'll see. I'm just playing with it because I have a need for it here. I researched it and
I don't see it working.
I came up with a different twist to make the electromagnetic field go through the copper, even though you can't make an electromagnet out of copper. So we're doing something different,
right?
Making the electromagnetic field that'll pass through the copper, but we're not using the copper as the
but no, you can't use it on. Somebody asked about PVC pipe, and
absolutely. This you get. So here's the thing with PVC pipe and copper pipe.
You can use it on PVC pipe.
They both kind of react the same way. When you wrap a powered wire around copper, there's little tiny trace elements of an electromagnetic field that form on the surface, but they won't go through the pipe. The same exact thing. People don't realize that with enough power, PVC pipe is conductive. It has a lot of static that travels. The same exact thing. It'll create a slight magnetic field around the surface, but it won't do it. So what we've done is we've created our own electromagnetic field, and we're simply putting it around the pipe that already exists. And that's always been the problem with these water softeners.
So it'll work on PVC pipe,
which is on any pipe,
which is plastic.
Yes. Yeah. Because we're not relying on the plastic to make our electromagnet. Our electromagnet is coming out of this box. The electromagnet is being applied to it. So it's creating an electromagnetic field that's going to go through the plastic. It's going to go through the copper. We're not relying on that pipe to make it.
Why don't you just turn your detector on and put the coil on it?
Yeah, there's more to it because you have to. The coils have to be directional. So you have to start with your negative, and the water has to travel towards the positive because that's how the magnetic fields travel in electrolysis.
Okay. Yeah. You with this, Ron? Are you on board here? Because
I understand the whole concept of the electrical field and everything like that. Yeah.
So we're going to call it the. It's funny. We're cleaning up all the shitty pipes. I decided I'm going to name this to Steve Pacifico too. Just going to name them all Steve. But anyway,
right, there you have it, folks.
We got off track though. Just remember, every new ugly box is covered with a carbon gator. No more burnt wires.
Yeah, good. Okay. So I've been hearing good things about the Manicore.
Let me tell you something, man. And again, I refuse to come out and say, yeah, I love it, yeah, I hate it until I'm done. But the PMs and the phone calls and the messages this week from people out using that machine has been insane. People are digging it. For sure. Yeah, I can't complain. I walk out on the beach with it, and even though I'm still trying to figure stuff out, I walk out with a pouch full of targets. So I'm not complaining. That thing is responsible for silver quarters, silver dimes, a real, an old thimble. I'm getting a lot of stuff with it, and
yeah, I'm getting a lot of feedback from the customers I've sold them to, and they are very impressed. Very impressed.
Are you getting turnover with them now? Are they coming in and going out? Coming in and going?
Well, they're coming in a little at a time. I haven't seen an order from Mind Lab. Now it's got to be 2-3 weeks. That's crazy.
McConnell, they were supposed to shoot that balloon down over your house, and the little carbon rods were going to drop down to you.
Yeah, there you go.
The new delivery service just for her.
I got them coming to you, Barb. I got some coming to you. It's been a very hectic week. Look how hectic Steve's yawning.
That balloon would be a faster. I know I can't stop yawning for some reason. That balloon would be a faster delivery service than you ever have.
Has anybody seen our buddy Roger Smith tonight?
Roger Smith,
if you're watching, yeah, give me a PM.
Okay.
Is
your painting done?
Yeah, well, it'll be done next 2 days.
Or should we ask Celeste?
Well, the only thing left is the trim.
That's funny. You say the next 2 days, but aren't they her days off?
And your point being what?
You're a piece of work, dude.
Listen, I delegate to where the talent is. She's very talented at painting. So, and I give her, I applaud every time she does it. You did a good job. It's just about done. Literally, I got about 5 or 6 feet of white trim to paint. We got to go over and hit the spots that the blue went on the guy.
She says we. Dude, I want to tell you something.
It's like a bad knee. Stop.
Let me tell you something, man. It is unseasonably warm in Jersey. This is not February.
It's unseasonably cold here.
It was about 60 beautiful degrees today. I don't know what's going on, and the whole week is supposed to be like that. Great detecting weather. I'll be sitting in the friggin' court all week.
I only had to have my air conditioner running for about an hour today. That's it. And last night I actually turned my heater on.
I don't even know why the hell my heater's on right now. But it is unseasonably warm.
Very chilly here.
And I'm liking it. And I got to spend the day with the Faunces the other day. That was magical experience when you're with the Fonces.
It's always magical. I'm opening up a letter I got live on the air. I think maybe I won the lottery.
Ronnie hates us again. What do you?
I got a letter. I can't open it. Wow, guys, don't tell me about how much I tape up my packages. Hold on, I'm talk among yourselves while I get a knife.
Well, what the amongst it's just me. Talk amongst myself, which I do.
Talk among yourself.
Listen, I'm the only one I get along with sometimes.
Oh, wait, Ronnie's back. Okay.
Oh, Ronnie's back.
So I got a letter today from Can You Dig It?
Oh. Our friends over at Can You Dig It?
I won on Can You Dig It?
Yeah, you really did.
A short while ago.
And you took the prize and they actually mailed it to you fast?
Let's not get crazy. It wasn't that fast, but it's the thought that counts. I got a 1941 D German coin from the big grab bag of coins.
Nice.
And the letter says, Frank Lopergolo, I know him. There you go. See?
So
thank you, Shelly and Dawn. I love it.
Nice. Our friends over at Can You Dig It?
Thursday nights at 7 now, guys. They changed the time. Thursday.
And I saw Josh was watching our Josh.
I know. We may have an announcement to make soon. I haven't had the opportunity to look into it. I was up till like 2:30 in the morning last night, trying not to throw stuff out a window.
Josh, you know, Josh was dumb enough to have me on his show the other night.
I told him that too. It's amazing. I said, Josh, what the hell is wrong with you?
And yeah, I was wondering. I should have asked him the same thing. Do you know this is me on your show, Josh? What's he? Every Sunday night at 8, every Wednesday night at 8. And then at some point, the Diggers will be back.
Yeah.
Are they giving away
Apex? I know that.
Yeah, on their next show, which I don't know when.
Might be tomorrow.
Nah.
They do it on Tuesdays. I know that.
Yeah, but they spread them out so far. Those guys are everywhere. I saw they were out. I saw George was out with Brian Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had a hell of a dig. They posted the pictures and everything else. We are having our South Jersey Metal Detecting Club meeting tomorrow night in Audubon, New Jersey. And it's posted on the South Jersey Metal Detecting Club Facebook page. You'll be there early, Frank?
Oh, yeah. I'm leaving now, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Takes you 3 days to get here.
You're going to be so surprised one day when I walk into that meeting.
So we're moving forward with that club. That club is moving forward. We got to get our feet on the ground before we can start getting running. But it's nice if you're in the area. If you're in the Jersey area, you want to come down. We do have some fun. There's a lot of rubbing elbows. Everybody has a good time.
Yeah, they're fun meetings. Everything. It's a good time to go out there to those meetings.
Yeah, I don't know about any speakers tomorrow, but our meeting might go a little long.
Well, if you want, we could do a Zoom meeting, and I can talk about my episode of Destination Unknown.
Why don't you wait by the computer?
Just send me that link,
and I will ring you up at the right time. But yeah, we got to grow. We got to get people in there. We got to start doing things. We got to reorganize, revamp, and move forward. So, because it's 2023, man. We got to get
Tuesday, March 21st is KG and Ringy's next broadcast.
Yeah, I told you it was a long way on. Ronnie, can you get an extended share for a Note to Legend?
I think they have the No, no, it's the Simplex. Yeah, Simplex and the Legend are the same shafts, and I knew that they have a longer shaft. Let me double check here on the shelf.
Yeah, Shelly, our meetings will be on what's it, the second Tuesday of every month?
Third.
Yeah. No, second.
Second?
Yeah, because tomorrow's the 14th.
No
Second
wonder I keep
Tuesday
missing.
of every month, and I would love if Shelly and Dawn joined. That would be nice.
It would be good to see him down there.
They would really like. We need people to liven the place up. Is what we need. Ron, you got the shaft.
They actually make a middle shaft. Do I have the right? I don't know if you guys can see it over here.
There's accessories. We can't see that little word.
So it's a middle shaft to extend the lower one end out farther.
Yes. In other words, the middle shaft is 23.5 inches long from end to end. And then, of course, your lower shaft that comes with your unit is
cool.
about 24. So, you're getting
a couple
good
extension.
Yeah, it gives you extra. So the middle shaft is what they make longer, not the lower shaft.
Okay, so whoever was interested in that, I forget, can give Ronnie a call and he'll give you the shaft. He'll give you the shaft. So what is going on at the golddigger.com over there, Ron?
Business as usual. Very steady. Very happy about that. We're still waiting for the Manicores. We're also waiting for the 900s. We're also waiting for anything else that Minelab seems to be putting out.
Ron, while I got you here, is there any truth that you've heard to this Xterra Pro?
If you go
what was that about?
If you go to the Minelab Facebook page, they posted it on their site. So there is truth there.
Yeah, but what are we talking about here? Something in China or something?
No, well, there was a Chinese advertisement. Now, I don't think it was made in. I don't think Minelab had it made in China. I think I don't know where it's made. Okay, but what it is Minelab, as you know, is notorious for the multi-frequency technology.
As a matter of fact, the GoFind was supposed to be the last single frequency, I thought.
Right. Now, the Xterra model, I didn't sell a lot of Xterras, but they kept that in the lineup for a long time.
Listen, the Xterra was a good machine. I mean, the downfall was to change frequencies, you change coils.
Right. And now they did away with that. So your one coil, you can switch the frequencies. It has, a chip in there that'll sense the different frequencies on the coil. So no more buying 9 coils.
No more buying 9 coils. Let me pick up. Here's the thing, because, and I will not mention any names, because I hope, if Minelab is putting this product out, I hope it works good. But in recent years, I tested 2 selectable multi-frequencies, and they both crashed and burned as far as I was concerned. So I hope that Minelab is doing it better if they're really coming out with it. But previous not Minelab, but previous versions of selectable multis
didn't work.
Yeah. No, because you get 4 or you get 5 frequencies. The lower end were just completely erratic and unusable, and then the higher end, it was stable and it worked like a regular metal detector. But again, I don't, especially when you have the Knox, especially when you have the Manicore, when you have machines that you can select a couple of key frequencies on. I don't get, unless they're doing it for price point.
I'm either thinking price point, but if not price point, it would be their only, besides the GoFinds, their only single frequency. But what's going to differentiate it, you can switch from one to another.
Yeah.
Now, again, when they had the Xterra where you switch the coils out, you got better performance.
Sure, because you could go to that 35 and it was a hot coil, and right. it did well. It did well on the beach. It did, in the dry, it did well.
So there'd be no reason to believe that the fact that they can now select a single frequency out of the same coil, that the performance would be any different.
That's what we hope. That's what those two other companies told me too.
Well, the thing is, when we see it in the next 3 to 5 years, because it seems that's the way they're delivering their stuff nowadays, for whatever reason.
They're delivering it by balloon.
Listen, Debbie Smikoski is coming on in the near future. I'm jotting down my questions.
I'm still waiting for her to come to New Jersey and show us the Manicore. I don't know. That was before November.
Debbie tells me, because I'm just getting into all this stuff. Let me get all my ducks in a row before I come on your show.
Okay. Okay.
I like.
We didn't have the clout, I guess, of some other dealers. I don't know.
Well, listen. I don't understand that mentality. I don't. But if it was the first time, I would be surprised.
Well, here's the deal. I need everybody to start liking the broadcast because I think Ron's got some stuff to give away. And
hold on, Steve. Let me address this. I'll address this real quick.
Go ahead.
The question came up, am I having Russ Balbarona on the show soon? So let me address this. Russ Balbarona has an open invitation here. Russ Balbarona scheduled 3 times with me and bailed at the last minute. Okay? So Russ Balbarona is not banned from my show. Russ Balbarona decided not to come on and bail. When I say bailed at the last minute, an hour before showtime.
You sound a little salty.
Because you know what? When a manufacturer comes on our show, especially for the first time, when a manufacturer comes on my show, especially if they have a new product, it's not about me taking apart the product. It's about them promoting what they have. I'll take it apart down the road after I get to use it. And when I give you questions and tell you if you don't like something at this point, tell me and I'll pull it. And your answer to that is just not show up or cancel, 5 minutes before showtime. Yeah, that irritated me a little bit. But
we have had success with all the dealers we've had on this show.
People forget
them
that
too.
We really do a pretty good job at promoting product. Now, do I promote product I don't like? No,
we've put it out there. Listen, we've put it out there. We will help you promote your product. You're welcome to come on this show, talk about products. We've had Robert and April Connect come on and talk about their business. Mark Anthony come on and talk about his business.
Exactly.
We even
you know what gets what gets in my craw just a little bit, and people who have followed us for as long as we've been on know, I have such a soft spot in my heart for Fisher. Fisher got me started in this hobby.
You always say that. Yeah, you do.
Have friends. I still think for build and integrity of machine, Fisher builds one of the best built machines out there. I have had really good friends that worked inside Fisher. I loved the company and I loved their product. When they came out with something new, of course I wanted to promote it. When I get treated badly, it gets difficult for me to turn the other cheek and just say, okay, that's just how it goes. It's not how it goes. If you're assigned to promote your product and I want to promote your product, you know what? Offer me the same respect. So the door is open. Russ Balbarona can come. All Russ Balbarona has to do is drop me a PM and he's on and he can promote whatever he wants, water under the fridge. But that's why Russ Balbarona hasn't been on, because Russ Balbarona didn't want to come on.
We have good relationships with almost everyone that's been on this show. All of our shows always end in good, I'll say in a good rapport with no matter who it is.
And again, I always refer to Garrett. I've never had, other than us being friends with KG and Ringy, it's not that I've ever had a bad relationship with Garrett. I've never had a bad relationship with Garrett. But I've never really had, this insider-friendly relationship with Garrett. But when Garrett says they're coming on, Garrett comes on. If I call and ask a question to Steve Moore gets back to me.
Any of these, I got to tell you, any of these manufacturers are welcome to come on our show.
And by the way, Garrett, I'd love to have a deeper, friendlier relationship with you. So I'm just saying that, I can be bought. Just putting it out there.
You know me, I'm all about my members. And getting the information out to them, like no matter who it is.
Exactly.
I just think of everyone we have had over the years, and I don't try to badmouth anybody.
No.
Sometimes
if you're coming on our guest, you're going to talk about your product. There's no time that I've had D-Lec on. There's no time that we've had anybody. We used to have the guys from Mind Lab on all the time. We don't bring you on our show so we can ambush you. We bring you on the show so you can promote what you have to promote.
Right.
And we'll ask you questions about it, and you'll answer questions about it.
And put the information out there for folks and let folks interact.
When I do a review or I do a test of a machine, that is completely separate from this. That is.
But you've never even done a test on a machine and come out and say it's horrible.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I remember the one machine you did you got a hold of one foreign machine and you just didn't even it was so bad you didn't even put the review out there.
I've had a couple of them over the years that were so bad, but I have a process where I will go to listen, if a dealer wants me to do a review, I'll do a review. If a manufacturer wants me to do the review and the review goes south, I always go to them first and give them the opportunity to own the review.
You were also nice enough not to, and it wasn't one of the top organizations.
Yeah, it was a fairly obscure machine.
Yeah, very obscure machine. You didn't like it, and you didn't feel like going any further with it, and you didn't put it out there. And I know people use it because we've heard through the grapevine people going, "Oh, it's a great machine."
Yep. Listen, I've given a machine away that because it was the manufacturer that wanted it done, and we're there to promote them. We're there for them.
Yeah.
And then after the fact, there's a different story.
But like I said, it's not just metal detectors. Whatever you have, you want to come on and talk with it about, and we do want to try and see the product and test the product.
I reached out to Daniel Nelson the other day. I said, Daniel, what frequency is that new Daniels lanyard? And he told me right off the bat, he had held nothing back. He was open with us about it.
I heard there was more power in that coil too.
50, or I think he said 60% more.
Yeah.
More coils.
That was pretty funny.
Listen, all I know is that I've got a Daniels lanyard on my new pinpointer.
Good, because so you don't lose it. Unfortunately, I don't use them, so
it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. It's not that it's Daniel having stuff tethered. Listen, it took me a while to get used to going back to the wired headphones again. I can't stand being tethered. What I can't stand worse than being tethered is losing my pinpointer. So guess what? Daniels lanyards. I've got a Mediterranean blue Daniels lanyard.
And Ron keeps them in stock, right?
I gotta get an order in for him on the new color. I just haven't gotten around to it. I got a lot of things going on.
I don't know this to be a fact, but Daniel said he made that color because it was.
Hey Frank, we're getting our balls busted here in the chat. That everyone's saying we talk too much and Ronnie wants to say something. Are you holding back and you want to say something, Ron?
Well, he said the only problem is since the conversation rolled on so far from when I was about to say something, if I say it now, it won't fall in. One of the reasons maybe the manufacturer is afraid to come on, they think it's going to be like the Howard Stern show where we're going to get in there and humiliate them. But we're not about that.
No.
Remember the guy, Ron? Remember the guy? I think he recently died. The guy who did who buried the treasure and then wrote the book or wrote the poem.
Fens was it?
Right.
Fen?
Nobody could get him. No one. Our buddy John Monero got him.
Listen, I gotta tell you something.
Send me a couple of episodes and I'll check it out because I'll come on. And then we got to call back like, no, I won't do that show.
I am here to roast the meathead at the top of this broadcast. Okay. That's the one I roast. When I you see, when we have guests on, my job is to interview them as best as I can and have a little fun. But no, I'll break his balls every day of the week.
And we've had people wanting to come on that wanted us to do like a one-on-one. They wanted me in a suit and tie and have a one-on-one serious conversation about their dude. Why would we change what we do? Why would we change that?
We had the vice president of PCGS come on here, and he was awesome. We had an awesome time.
We've had the CEO or CFO of Mind Lab on. Listen, people don't realize this, but the GoFind and the GPZ 7000 were launched on Detect America Live. That's the first time anybody saw him, anybody heard of him, was on Detect America Live. We had the CFO. He was a great guy.
Dan, send me 50 of the blue ones, all right? You got the order.
See, and you're breaking our stones. This guy's doing business on the guy. He answers the phone. Yeah, Gold Digger, how can it? Yeah, what do you want? Yeah, well, yeah, they come in all different sizes. Dan, send me this, send me that.
We haven't heard from Squeak. What happened?
Well, I know. What happened, Squeak?
Squeak. Oh.
I heard she was scared of Steve.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a talk show here where we interview people and talk back and forth, and I'm being told I'm long-winded. I'm long-winded and I ramble on. You gotta listen to me, man.
I try to break that habit.
No. But you are an open target for me, Frank. Anytime, any day, I'm gonna break you stones. But I have never, well, maybe John Porchella. I can't even say his name without laughing. He's funny. Who else? Oh, I love Chuck Smalley. Chuck's fun. I'm fun with Chuck.
Yeah.
Josh, we're fun with them.
Yeah, Chuck will come on the show anytime. Just got to give him a little heads up.
And Shelly and Dawn are awesome. They were great about the times we
get special guests.
Once we got the cease and desist order from Shelly and Dawn, that fun was all over.
But some of our guests want a good 2 to 3 months in advance booking, so that's going to get a little tough.
I know. And listen, you can ask any number of the manufacturers and dealers and
wait a minute,
from companies that have been on. We are, when we have a guest, it's about the guest. Yeah. It's never ever about tearing down their product. Ever.
Even the two little juveniles that bounce around the country going everywhere for Garrett, that even those guys were semi-respectful too. Yeah, well, it's different. It's different with them. They're the greatest.
Yeah, they are. You gotta love them, man.
Oh, Uncharted Expedition came out. I watched it. The Expedition with Gypsy Jules in it. I'd love to get her on the show. She said she would come on. I asked. I got to send her another message.
Because she was having issues with her event, trying to get her event off the ground. But
yeah, and she's got a lot to. There's one that's got a lot to talk about that we need to have on the show. Very nice, very friendly. When I saw her in Florida, she was so nice, and I hope we're going to see. I hope we can get her on. We got to send her a message. I got to try and remember to send her a message, and try and get her on before FH9, because she does have a lot to talk about. She's got a lot to promote, and we can be a good venue for her. So
if she may be at FH9.
She should, but I want to get her on our show before FH9 because she's nice. I was very impressed meeting her, as nice as she was. No restraining order against me yet.
Wait, I got distracted. Somebody mentioned IMDb page. I'm sure they must have been talking about me, but and there goes Ronnie.
There it is, Ronnie. So yeah, she's really friendly. So and she's a Garrett girl that likes us.
Yeah, we had dinner with her out one night and the guys, and it was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. So I look forward to seeing her again, but I really look forward to getting her on the show. All right. Oh, so Ronnie,
let's do the giveaways because we don't know how long Ronnie.
I was just gonna say I'll get the names. Ronnie's back. We're gonna do the giveaways, and I honestly am a little tired. I want to get to bed.
I'm back. I don't know for how long.
Yeah, well,
telling you, try plugging in next time. Try plugging into your router and see if it makes a difference.
I just saw Greg Papala's name in here. That's my buddy. All right, so we got the names. Paste them in there. I'm going to sort from A to Z just to check to see if anyone's in here twice. And your name will be called out if you're in here twice.
That's pretty good. They're talking about the balloon. Listen, imagine if it was our first contact with friendly aliens and they were coming down to say hi and we blasted them out of the sky. I thought he was going to say, imagine if it was first contact with aliens and the first thing they saw was this show.
Yeah, that too. Oh, that's what we really want. Yeah. Yeah, we want you to see that. Look, everybody's names are in here twice. Oh, and there's Corey Woodland is watching again. The big winner Yeah. Big winner of that coin. That
beautiful. Yeah, very, very, very similar to the ones that I have almost found.
Found.
The ones you've walked over and over. All right, so Ronnie, what are we giving away first?
Let's start with a trifecta.
All right, so we're going to go with a trifecta. Regular Detective America rules apply. If you're John Porcello, you're not allowed to win. And if we call your name, you have one
John
answer.
Porcello, you're getting 3 zingers.
Oh, son of a gun. Guess what? I won.
Spin again.
Yeah.
I won. I finally get to see. That's the only time I get to win. It's not like I win anywhere else. All right. We've got Karen Yeoman. An avid viewer of Detective America, one who likes us and doesn't trash us.
Why is John Porcello, not John Porcello? Why is John Migloff saying we're not broadcasting in Detective America?
On Facebook, we are. I'm watching it.
We're in Detective America. Don't listen to him.
It's John Migloff. That's why.
Yeah, that explains it.
Karen Yeoman, the rabbit ears on your computer. You'll pick it up better.
John Porcello says he wins and never receives. Good.
Listen, I have a special deal with John Porcello.
Sharon, yeah.
He screws up a coin in the ugly box, and instead of a prize, I talk to him for 4 hours.
You can throw it at him while you're arguing with him on the beach.
I offered it to him that day. I was not arguing with him on the beach.
Ron.
Oh yeah, no, I was. I different beach.
Karen Yeoman, you have 1 minute, and time is ticking. I think Brian Stewart is leaving. He's awesome. Brian, good night.
Yeah, Brian actually goes out and detects. He's probably tired.
Mark Anthony, good evening, buddy. Nice to see you.
Hey, Mark Anthony.
How you doing there, buddy?
I just saw someone say hi, Gypsy. Is Gypsy Jules in here watching?
Somebody had sent her a message to come on the chat.
Oh, yeah, good.
But
like I said,
seen her yet. Well,
Gypsy, if you're watching, I'd love to have you on the show. I'm going to try and send you a message. Really, we're trying. All right, so Karen is a null and void. Karen, it's been over 1 minute, and we're going to pick a new name.
Pick something like D.A. Frank.
I could pick it. You ain't winning. Oh, here's a person who's won before and hasn't won for a while. Jamie Martin. Jamie Martin has won a couple times. So
really?
Jamie,
I don't recognize the name.
Yeah, no. They've won. He's won.
Troy Johnson said me. He hasn't won. Troy, every time you sign on and see me, you're a winner. I'm just saying.
Jamie Martin. Troy who?
Troy Johnson.
He's won, I thought he won once or twice before.
Hasn't won in a while. That was
in a while. Oh, okay. Well, now we're just not keeping up with the times here.
When you tune into this and you see my shiny, wonderful face, you won. You've won.
I saw a video. Jamie Martin is there.
Jamie Martin's here.
Nice.
I saw a video of Nelson Rosario finding a nice gold ring.
You know,
nice find.
It must be that time where he starts venturing out because he just like. Just stay away from the beaches because you find too much good stuff on those beaches out there.
All right. So what are we giving away next?
Okay. The next we got a 19 32, first year of issue, Washington Quarter.
That was the first year?
Yes, sir.
Were you there when that happened?
Actually, I was. I think I was the one that combed his hair for that picture.
He was there at the inauguration. What are you talking about?
Ian Aiken. Yep, and he already's in the chat. So, Ian Aiken, you're a winner because he just congratulated Jamie. So, Ian Aiken, I saw you in the chat. I know you're here.
You're welcome, Celeste.
You can respond or not. But Ian,
Jen Foreman, that sounds amazing.
What?
She's eating Reuben egg rolls.
What?
That's it. I've had them before.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, so Joe Wells goes. Joe Wells says that he won more with Shelly and Dawn. I mean,
okay,
really?
what can I tell you?
I mean,
who was the winner again?
Ian Aiken.
All right, he's here.
Yeah, I know he's here. I saw him.
Said that.
Yeah, so congratulations on that. And we have one more giveaway. What do we have next?
I'm writing it down. We have a 1980s mint set.
Oh, a mint set. All right. So,
when that was made, I had a long mullet.
all right. Running around, she goes where she stops. Nobody knows. Oh. Susan Toker, you have 1 minute.
Susan Toker. She's got to be here.
Toker. She's avid. There's a lot of avid viewers. Ian Aiken said he was a first-time winner tonight.
I thought Ian Aiken won. Maybe it was on a different. Maybe it was on a show.
Somebody, Don Went cracks me up. You go, Shelly and Dawn and Ronnie all ship in the same year. That's some funny stuff. Susan Joker. Oh my God. He says some funny things. And then he posts.
I think Don Went used to write for Conan. Susan Toker's here.
Is she good? Okay, good. Congratulations, Susan. Thank you for being here. Again, I do want to say that we got some of the coolest members. We have some of the a lot of fun. Sometimes people think it gets overboard, but I don't listen. I think it's fun. You want to break my stones? I laugh at it, man. That stuff is funny.
Two things. Everybody who won, make sure you private message me. Okay, this way I don't have to start looking through receipts and see who's what and this and that. So make sure we get the. What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing because Celeste says that you sent her coin like almost immediately, and I know that if
she's waiting for Frank to.
She's waiting for Frank.
I told her that I would just because I've got some of the coins here. I told her I would just give her one. She could pick one, and Ronnie got it to her before I did.
Before you did. Yeah, that's what I mean. So
and I'm 1,700 miles away.
Frank said to me about a month ago, he goes, "Yeah, I got that. I'll get that to you."
Well, if you've ever listen, it's very, very there's a lot of complexities around my shop right now.
I just want everybody to know I'm no different when it comes to Frank sending stuff to me. I start to feel like a regular member of the show when I go, Frank, did you mail that? Well, Frank, did you mail? Well, yeah, I'm getting it out to you. That was 3 weeks ago.
And also, I being Neil, if you want to discuss the lengths of the shafts, you can either call me after the show.
Oh, yeah, you guys can do that on your own, man. I mean, come on now. This is a family.
Or you can call me tomorrow if you want.
This is a family-oriented show. Oh my God, I don't believe this.
Wait, I almost fell. I tripped over shafts here.
Ian, I got your address. Thank you.
If you want it, excuse me, sir. If you want to compare lengths of shafts, call me. How many times is that probably?
That would be amazing.
Isn't that like the code sentence on the side of like a New Jersey Turnpike pull off? Hey, you want to compare shafts?
I think I saw it on one of those walls in there. One of the rest stops.
You boys are bad.
You said it.
It's just the way you took it. It's not how.
No. You said it. You said it.
Call me if you want to compare shafts. Yeah,
how do you take?
We'll
How do you take?
video?
How do you take something like that?
Earlier in the show, I was showing it.
That's some funny stuff.
Now, if I was showing a different shaft, then I can understand that. But I was showing the shaft.
Oh, all right. Well, our fault. We'll take the blame for that, right, Frank?
Yeah. Take the blame for what? I already forgot.
All right. It looks like this may wrap it up for the evening.
I'm wrapping it up for evening. So
I've got liverwurst to go eat, maybe. I'm gearing up for next Super Bowl.
There you go, buddy. All right, everybody.
So Mark Anthony said Miss Woodland is about to get her treasure coin, and she will do a post to let everyone know she got it. So that's awesome. That's the best. That's great. That's cool.
Absolutely.
I love it.
That was a beaut.
So Ronnie, say good nights and talk about your shaft.
Good night, everybody. I don't want to say another great show, but let's just say it was pretty good.
We got it out of control. We got it done. Yeah, we got it done.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, buddy.
Oh wait,
yeah,
forgot to take a nap. And Russ Verona, open door. Come promote whatever you guys got.
Yeah, tonight was a little tough to get a show with no topic. We got it done though. Yeah,
absolutely. And don't forget, guys, I'll just mention one more time. All the ugly boxes from this point on are coming with the Carbon Gator. So no more burnt wires.
By the way, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you stop sexting my dog? He's traumatized.
If you check, the dog is sending me those messages.
He's traumatized over those messages you keep sending to his phone.
3 o'clock in the morning, I get ding on my phone like that's Champ.
It's Champ again. It's Champ again. Ding. Oh my God. So
look at my metal detecting T-shirt.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, except it's a Barza.
My wife had got me one, which it was like Sasquatch with a metal detector. I liked it. I don't know where the hell I don't know where. I got so much junk. I don't know what the hell it was. So what else? We got to try and get a guest or two on our show. I mean,
yeah, have to. Yeah, like we've got. That's the problem. We've got people lined up. Scheduling is everything. And we got one guy wants to come on and he goes, "Oh, book me for April."
Yeah, I know. And I tried to get the coin guy on. He can't make it. I want to get a coin guy on. If somebody who knows coins.
Well, I'm going to start harassing people, April and Robert and
that. Yeah, we got. You know what? You should get them on. Yeah,
I haven't really been harassing people. They've been pretty straightforward coming on the show this year. But now now that we're winding towards the warmer weather here, I might have to put the hair back on.
How much of the Carbon Gators we'll get?
I'll post it on the page. We're trying to keep it real low for the guys who don't have it. I'll post it on the page as I talk with Ronnie.
Can I ask Celeste why she sits behind you and writes in the chat?
She sits over here.
I know. Well, she's tapping in the chat. I did try Pulse Coins. That's who I tried. So I'm gonna. Oh, what's this? Why is John Migdaloff saying you're a pro bowler now or something? I don't get it.
I don't know. You know what? I try and just take everything John says with a grain of salt. I have no idea.
No idea. Okay.
Maybe because of my American flag shirt, maybe.
I don't know. You're on a pro bowling tour. All right. So, folks, again, thanks everybody for being, thanks for sticking with us through the years, man. I mean, it's great. We've got, I'm sitting here like on the giveaways. I'm like, these people have been members of ours for years.
I know it doesn't seem that long because I look so young, but it's been a while.
Oh my God, Elaine was cracking me up the other night. She's like, when you said Frank had the Burt haircut, she said, you nailed it.
Listen, you guys said that. I went like this, like, no, I don't. And I saw this thing. I was like, oh my God. I got up and went and shaved my head.
Yeah, I know.
I saw that tough the hair sticking straight up.
So I'll be hanging out with them tomorrow night, and I got a feeling Rich Clark is going to come. And Rich Clark tries to get me in so much trouble, and it usually works. I fall for his bait all the time. All the time.
Tell him to make sure. I make sure he friends me up again. I think because he had an issue. I'm not sure if I unfriended him or not.
Rich Clark did, yeah. No,
Wasn't that the guy I told you I thought was hacked?
no.
Or maybe it was somebody else.
That was John Ray Bradbury.
No. We hired him. I think Rich Clark was. I think he mentioned it on his page too.
Don't know. So, all right, folks, we're out of here. And say good